Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Dr. Casey Hutchinson. I am an instructional technology specialist for Newton County Schools. And today I am going to share with you probably my most favorite, all-time favorite tool, Discovery Education. Now, you may think, well, why do I need to know about Discovery Education? Well, Discovery Education is an academic educational resource that provides over 300,000 pieces of content in various forms, from videos to interactives to text, all kind of great resources just for your student. So, if you are looking for specific information around a topic in their class, or if you are looking for more information around a specific interest that your student may have, I am quite confident Discovery Education may be a great place for you to begin looking. Now, if you want to get started with Discovery Education, you will need to access this resource through your student's Launchpad. So again, this is a resource that your student has access to, but they will have to go through My Launchpad. So from your student's My Launchpad, simply click on the Discovery Education icon. Once you click on the Discovery Education icon, your student will arrive at the DE homepage. Now, the Discovery Education or the DE homepage is where all of the resources and tools can be found. You just have to know where to look, and that is why I'm here to help you. Another great feature on the homepage is if you scroll down, you can see the Explore Discovery Education. Discovery Education provides insight and information on news and current events, on virtual field trips, and interactives. Now, with the news and current events, Discovery Education only reports facts, and they report this information from a non-biased approach. So you can feel confident that your students are receiving non-biased information. The virtual field trips are being updated constantly, and they are so great for kids that are looking for animals or exploring new places. This might be a great thing for you to check out. Interactives are just that. If your student loves interactive games and interactive learning tools, this might be something that you want to check out as well. But I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up and talk you through this homepage and show you exactly how this tool can benefit you. Notice the blue line under the home. That lets us know that we're on the home page. If I click on the Assignments tab, this is where your student can find assignments that their teacher has assigned to them specifically in Discovery Education. Now, don't worry if you've never heard about any Discovery Education assignments, because not all teachers use this feature, but I do want you to see where it lives. Now I'm going to click back on the home, and then I'm going to show you some additional features. Over on the right-hand side, you will see the waffle. If you click on the waffle, you can see the 3 features most important in Discovery Education to your student. Again, this is another way to access assignments, My Content, and Studio. So My Content is kind of like a filing cabinet. So as your student or as you guys are researching and finding great tools in Discovery Education, you can save those and come back and use them at a later date. You can save them in the My Content feature. So you don't have to download anything. You don't have to remember what was the name of that video or the name of that activity. You can simply have your student save it into My Content. And last but not least is Studio. Studio is a building tool resource. So this allows you and your student to research the content, save it, organize it, and then put it together in a great presentation tool. So Studio is just a presentation tool. So here's a great idea about using My Content. So if your student is having to do maybe a project on cells and you start a search, go ahead and gather all of the great information and then go back and sift through all of it from the My Content. Because if you're like me, you probably get busy and you can't sit down and complete a project in one sitting. You have to come in, gather some information, walk away, and then come back another night. So that is the great piece about My Content, is that you can save it and then come back and access it at a later date. Okay, so let me show you a little bit of the search features right here in Discovery Education. We've all come off of a really big discussion with science fair. So let's go ahead and just type in science fair. If you were like, I don't know what to do with science fair, I'm not really sure what this is about or how to get started, you could come into Discovery Education to get some ideas and to look at maybe some projects that have been posted right here in this wonderful platform. Now, notice when I typed in science fair, I see 72 resources. But I've got lots of filters and lots of ways to drill down to maybe a little bit more specific topic than just science fair. First, I can filter by the grade band. So let's just say that my student is in 3rd through 5th grade, and I wanted to see, well, what do you have for 3rd through 5th graders? Notice when I just simply click 3 through 5, the resources drop down to 33. Now, up under your grade band, you've got different resource types: videos, interactives, activities, channels, images, text, audio, and then other materials. The ones that look hyperlinked in blue, those will actually have resources in that heading. These that are not hyperlinked, there's not going to be any resources in those headings. So let's just check out the videos. So there are 25 videos. So science is elementary. What is science? So if you wanted to see introduction to science fair projects, so let's just say you need to just kind of have a little bit of information, or your student needs maybe a video or just something to kind of spark their interest. Here's a great video right here for your student to preview, and it's only 55 seconds. Now, if you've chimed into any of my other videos, you always know that I always remind you that the 3 dots in a vertical line are called an ellipsis, and they are a function. So if you ever see that, that's a great time to just click and see what that is going to take me to. All right. Do you remember earlier when I said My Content? So if you don't have time to preview this video, but you might want to come back and review it, you can always come down here and save it. And guess what? It saves it to My Content. So I can just come in and click Add, and then I can come back and view that video at a later date. So that's super easy for me to, find lots of great resources and then come back and sift through those one by one. Okay, so let's look at a couple more. So here's a full video on Get Ants in Its Pants. So again, if you are trying to look for some great information and some great ideas, here's a great place to start. Now, I want to show you channels. This is one of the newest features with Discovery Education, and when I tell you this is amazing, this is amazing. So a channel is a collection of all of the tools in Discovery Education around a specific topic. So Discovery Education has created a Science Fair Central. It's just a channel that's going to give you some videos, some activities, some ideas, and it's just a great place to see, okay, how do I make all of this work for me, or how could this work for my student? So channels can also be a great way for you to come in and say, hey, my child likes dinosaurs and I know nothing about dinosaurs. Let me see if there is a channel in Discovery Education on dinosaurs. Okay, just like with the single video, you can even save a complete channel. So again, you can add it to a quick content and then come back and view the content later. So when you want to get back to your home page, you simply just click on the D with the earth and it gets you right back to the home page. I'm going to take you just a little bit deeper. In your child's Discovery Education homepage, you can see some current events. You can come over and see the 3 options. And then last but not least, you can just come in and just type in a specific search. So let's do that now. I'm going to type in sales. That's a pretty broad topic. It covers a lot of grade bands. Notice that there are over 2,000 pieces of content in Discovery Education on sales. And notice how all of those those material type headings are hyperlinked or highlighted. That means that there is an activity, there is a video, an interactive, an activity, and a channel. There is something about sales in all of those different headings. Okay, so let's just go down the line. So first off, let's look at video. You can see that there are 1,700 videos, but if I add a specific grade band, notice what's going to happen. It may take it down a little, and it did. Interactives, the same idea. There's some interactives right here. But if you want to come back and preview this, you can simply click on the ellipsis and save it from here, or you could actually click on it. So you can see what is in this resource. So you can see all of the information right here, and it kind of can take you through some informational cards. And if you're like, yes, I love it, you can come into your ellipsis and you can star it, or you can simply add it to your quick list. Okay, so when you click on the star, that's going to also add it right here to my content. When you're finished, you can just click your back arrow and it takes you back to your original search. Now you remember I told you I love channels, so let's go ahead and just look in the channels. There are 3 channels that would relate to sales. So let me just come in here and click on the first channel that says sales. This is going to have lots of information right here. So maybe your student is learning about sales, but they come home and say, I don't know. I don't understand all this information about sales. Mom or Dad, can you help me? And if you're unsure how to teach this, you can come right here and be confident in the content. So notice there are activities, Discovery Education picks, video segments, and more resources. So this tool alone is absolutely worth its weight in gold because it gives you so many great pieces of information in one location. And just like with the Science Fair channel, if you want to come back and dissect it, or if you want your student to dive deeper into this, they can simply come in and add it to their information into their content. Okay, so when you're ready to exit that channel, you can just click the back button and it takes us back to our initial search. Now we could continue going right on down the list, but I want to show you a couple of things here. So I'm going to click on all to get us back to our 1,200 pieces of content that would relate to grades 9 through 12. But here's something that's super important. We know that as your students get older, sometimes with sales, it's a little bit more specific. So you can notice a more specific topic about sales. You could also notice these are going to be in English, Spanish, and there may be, looks like in this resource, there are some Portuguese resources. Some details. You can see if the videos have closed captionings, if there are some related materials. Again, you can see just how much information is right here on this specific topic. Now, for high schoolers, this might be important. A lot of times when teachers want students to do research, they want students to do research within the last 5 years. So you could come in and say, I don't want a resource that's any older than 2018. And notice it dropped it significantly to 80 resources and tools. And publisher. You can come down and see, okay, so maybe my teacher wants it as a news source, which is going to be Cheddar News. Maybe my teacher will allow this to be from Animal Planet or the Science Channel. Okay, so again, when you're finished with that specific search, you can come right back to the home, the D in the home. So again, we have come in, we've talked about the resources, the assignments, we've talked about our content, and then we've also talked a little about Studio. This is a great feature, but honestly, it deserves a whole session on its own. Before we go, I do want to show you my content, because as we have been doing this session, I've gone into a couple of the videos and I've saved them, and look, there they are right here. So I can come back and preview when I have a little bit more time. So again, Discovery Education is such a great tool. I have had so many parents that have contacted me and said, hey, I've got to help my student on a specific topic that I know nothing about. Do I trust the internet? Although the internet is a great tool, sometimes it's very difficult and tricky to know what information is accurate and what is not. Well, I can tell you for Discovery Education, this is a great place to start, because you can be confident that the information is accurate, that the information is kid or young adult friendly, and that it's easily accessed by your students. So again, if you're looking for a tool, if you need a resource to support the learning for your student, check out Discovery Education, because the information is endless. And the great thing is that you can start and finish with Discovery Education. You can research and create right here inside of this tool. I appreciate you joining me today for a quick Discovery Education tutorial. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that this is going to be a great tool that you can use with your students